Speaking of unfortunate, I know you're not probably familiar with the wrestler KYLIE RAE, but
I know the name.
she recently retired from professional wrestling because I think it was due to mental health. She was supposed to go against Diana Perrazzo for the Impact Women's Championship at Bound for Glory, and it was saying that she was a no-show. Usually, when wrestlers are a no-show, that's nothing but that's bad news. Like that happened to Brian Pillman, and we found out he was dead. That happened to Eddie Guerrero, we found out he was dead. Happened to Crispin, and we found out he was killing people, then died. So when you hear people that have an event and don't show, that happened with Vader, and he passed away. And that broke my heart because I was looking for Vader. That happened with China also, and I'm like, anytime you hear somebody that doesn't show, they want to check quickly to see what's happened. But they did find out that fans were concerned, and her friends were concerned, and she told everybody that she was doing fine, but then that she is no longer taking bookings. She's truly sorry for the pain I have caused, the miscommunication. She's currently unwell, she says, and she has no longer a professional wrestler and moving away from social media. That's that killer right there. And this is
Is that what she? That's what she said, right?
Yeah, I'm actually about to read you the quote that she says. This is verbatim on her Twitter or Instagram. I'm truly sorry for the pain I've caused and miscommunication. I'm currently unwell. I'm also sorry that I wasn't able to get this out before your monthly subscription changed. I wanted to take this time to say I'm no longer a professional wrestler, and I'm currently taking a break from social media. It's been very hard. It's been a very hard decision to make, but please understand. When I am well, I will try to fulfill any obligation that I have missed. During this time, most tiers will not be able to be fulfilled. Please feel free to unsubscribe from this membership her Patreon account. That's what it was. She put, "Thank you for your understanding." So she put that down there and on her Patreon, and she, it breaks my heart when this happens to people because, like I said, I'm not a professional wrestler, but the life of a professional wrestler is taxing. And I can only imagine, because look, AEW don't get no slack from this neither, but to perform the wrestling and same thing with Impact, like sports wants to still go on because America wants their sports. But the thing is, look, I go to work, every day. My wife goes to work every day, but the difference is I work from home. You go to work every day, and you're going out there with them people. So is your fiance. And after a while, it's just like, okay, if I stay in my little bubble, then, I can be okay. But, you be worried because things be knocking. It feels like the walls are closing around you. And then you have judgmental people who have not walked a day in your shoes trying to tell you how to live your life during this pandemic. I'm not saying that's what the case is happening, but usually when somebody mentions social media, this is the unfortunate stuff that comes with it.
Unfortunately. Now here's my thing. I'm trying not to go into that direction.
I feel
but the way 2020 is, man, do you think maybe she retired to a book? Because she, like, I read where she was saying, saying, like, I needed to get my mind, body, and soul right with God. Usually when somebody throws God in there, they feel convicted of something.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
Yeah, so, like, I'm not trying to put on the tinfoil hat, but, like, what if she was just, like, trying to jump in front of something? Like, all right, something's about to go left. I need to go down.
I mean, look, there are possibilities because, like I said, we don't know anything.
I'm not hoping that, but
yeah. I mean,
that's just the feeling I got.
I mean, I do understand what you're saying because I'm gonna talk about that actually by somebody else, but I do understand what you're saying. Me personally, I'm a kind of guy that keyword tries to give the benefit of the doubt, because I'm like, it's like I said, I understand. I put a tinfoil hat on. I try to get the benefit of the doubt to saying that, you know, that this woman, you know, is in pain. Like I said, she a decent wrestler. You know, it's not like she has a long history. I mean, well, she in the Indies, of course, yeah. But you know, I knew her from her little stint from AEW. I think she was in the Mae Young Classic for a little bit, and of course in Impact. But so I do think that she, you know, sometimes even with the way 2020 is going, I do also believe that sometimes you have to get your mind right with God, if that's the direction you want to go in. Period, because you don't know what kind of abuse it is. Like NXT just had another COVID outbreak, excuse me, and Bronson Reed. I don't know if you're familiar with Bronson Reed, but Thick Boy.
Yeah, I know the name.
Yeah,
I know the name.
He came a comment and said, one thing I have learned in 2020 from this COVID is that you deal with some truly selfish, I don't know if he said MFers or if he said, you know,
that would have been the word to use.
Yeah. And I think because he probably went out, or he probably had a party, and somebody probably had the COVID, and then they didn't tell anybody, and they just spread it. And right now, you're living in a world, especially when you're a wrestler, you're living in a demanding world where this is the shit you gotta deal with every day. People, everybody, whether we want to think so or not, everybody don't agree with of the right way. Let's put it that way.
Right.
Everybody does not agree with the right way. Some people still think this virus is a hoax. Some people still think it's not that bad. But once again, it's not about you. It's about everybody else. And I think when Bronson Reed said that, it brought things to light. Like, you know, she could very well be like, look, because remember, she works for Impact. Impact ain't got no fans. They got no Thunderdome. They ain't got no budget like that. First of all, I don't even know how people are getting paid over in Impact. To be honest with you, but you know, it's then you got to wrestle with these people. I don't even know if Impact Wrestling has the same COVID procedures that AEW and WWE have, because those two come from money. And like I said, I don't know what the money looks like in Impact right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if they use all their money to try to buy superstars like the Good Brothers, but I'm like, it's like when you look at the production of their show, it's like, okay, yes, obviously they got some money to hold a company, but the question is, they don't got the WWE or AEW money. So working there could be a little bit harder, and some people's minds could just be, you know, just breaking, because like social media, not only just, you know, her being attacked, it could be, you know, things that she could be believe in that people make fun of or don't agree with her with, or just about what's going out in the world. Every day you're turning on something. It's a constant battle between, you know, of good and evil. It seems like, you know, and then it could wear on you, and when you got to go into an environment where it just like you experience it, it's hard to go into an environment where everybody don't think like you do. And what I mean by that, it's like, if you have an opinion of just being a good moral person, everybody don't think like you do.
Right.
And you gotta deal with that shit, man. And that's, you know, that's one of the hard things about working. And like everybody's coming in and be like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, we know we all gotta mask up, and we gotta vote, and we gotta do all this. Like, everybody ain't thinking that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's just not on that train with you, especially in the wrestling business. You know, especially at the wrestling business at all. So that could be wearing a toe on her. So like, the jury's still out on what it could be. Whatever it is, I hope she, you know, gets healthy enough to face it. Like I don't want her to, because like I said, when people hear that she ain't show for Bound for Glory, they're thinking like we've had too many suicides. You know, especially in 2020 alone, and you don't want that to happen to somebody.
Exactly.
So you want to hope for her best recovery. So whatever, if she's look, us being Christians, if she's trying to find God, that's for her and God to determine, to figure out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, if for her, for her to heal on. So that's definitely. I just know that I'll give her. So right now the benefit that I don't know anything, but when it comes to somebody having to retire from something that they love and having to step back and leave, I'm saying it's very unfortunate that happened. So I just want to make sure I talk about it in good taste.